wish I could trust you. If you did, you'd be the fool I always took you for.
Wow. Line of the MCU.
Some believe that before the universe, there was nothing. They're wrong. There was darkness, and it has survived.
What's gonna happen?
I gave you my word. I would return for you.
This Asgard is beautiful.
We face an enemy, not only to a few, known only to one. You must be truly desperate to come to me for help. If we do nothing, they will destroy us. You even think about betraying him.
I'll kill you. That was from New York.
I like her.
Thor, your bravery will not ease your pain.
Your family.
Your world will be extinguished.
We're running out of time.
The very fabric of reality can be torn apart.
I'll find a way to save us all.
All yours.
Anyone else?
Thor, the Dark World. How do I even go on to talk about this? Like, how do I? To me, Thor, the Dark World, from this trailer, showed a lot of potential. I know behind the scenes, there was a lot of stuff going on with this film. Especially with Alan Taylor with Marvel, and this movie had problems. Because if you go back and look at this movie, I've seen Thor the Dark World many times trying to figure out what is wrong with it. And it's the narrative part of it. It's just from the point of, okay, we get it, Malekith, but the whole villain subplot of it was just meaningless. It was just another bad guy looking to rule the universe and have the, rule or destroy the universe, either one you want to put it. It just didn't work. The whole thing with bringing Jane to Asgard, it was great to see her there, but what was she able to add besides her science expertise, which was great. I'm not saying that was a bad thing, but for the reasons, the film didn't work for me at all. I remember seeing this. Not only was the 3D, when I actually saw this in 3D, this is the first 3D movie that ever made me nauseous. I remember I went to go get me something at concessions. I think it was something to drink, or I think it was some nachos or some stuff like that. And I remember sitting there eating and also watching the 3D movie, and I got immediately sick. I know it wasn't the nachos because I barely had eaten any at the time I actually started, because I remember my eyes were starting to hurt, and then I was getting nauseous. And I'm like, what in the heck? And plus the overall experience of the movie with Thor and all the jokes with Kat Dennings and just Malekith, and overall Thor wasn't really much on display here. It was more about going with Loki, and Loki was the more enjoyable character in this movie. And I'm sorry, the Dark World didn't work for me. I'll actually go on record and say this, that I consider this to be one of the weakest movies in the MCU. Because not only did it introduce an Infinity Stone, yep, spoiler alert, it just didn't hit the right notes. I mean, it introduced a beautiful new Asgard. I mean, it was more practical than in the first film where it was mostly CG. And plus, Alan Taylor from Game of Thrones was doing this. Who would not be excited about this? But it just didn't hit home with fans. And then seeing, them replacing our Fandral with from Josh Dallas to Zachary Levi, and it just had so many issues. It didn't just resonate with fans. I think it needed something. I'm still trying to figure out what more did it need, but I do have to admit the most beautiful death scene I've seen in a movie was in this movie. Like Frigga's death after going up against Malekith. I have to admit that scene still makes me tear up to this day. It was beautifully well done, and they gave her the whole Viking funeral, Norse funeral, whatever you want to call it. It was beautiful. I loved it, and that this film does have some great moments, and then there's a whole lot of bad moments that's overwhelmed with comedic joking and bad timing and stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. But next film, Captain America, The Winter Soldier.